You have seen her in shows like Euphoria and Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce. Now she stars in and is here to talk about the hit series Ted. Please welcome Alanna Ubach. How are you?
I'm doing great. You look so cute in this hot
You know what? They
pink.
made fun of the color.
They did.
Who did?
The stage director.
Do you have it?
Get these stage
He brought out a bottle.
right there.
He brought out a bottle of Pepto-Bismol. Can you believe
That's
that?
Jimmy right there.
No,
That's
Pepto-Bismol is much lighter. This
Thank
this is a good morning, glad to know you color.
It
This
is.
is I'm ready for
Wake
the
up.
world.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much. So good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
So, okay, so we all know Ted,
Yes.
the teddy bear Ted,
Yes.
right? So talk to us about it becoming the TV series and also the #1 streaming comedy series in the U.S.
Wow.
We can't
Amazing.
believe it. And then
insane.
also in the UK, which is amazing. We were just floored, and we feel so lucky, so blessed and grateful that people really, they just gravitate toward that amazing, crazy, goofy comedy, and people love that. It's wonderful.
It's so funny because I think a lot of the articles I read before you were here were the first line was like, against your better judgment, go watch Ted because it's a TV series, and which I thought was kind of rude, but I think people thought it played out already.
Well, sure.
But then it really hasn't.
Well, because the movie starring Mark Wahlberg is, there was a part 1, a part 2, there was a sequel, and now like a TV show, but being a prequel, you get to see Mark Wahlberg as a kid and growing up with this teddy bear, and the teddy bear living with this dysfunctional family and in Boston in the 90s. And so it's so much fun. All of these great winks, to the 90s, these nods and these moments in the 90s, like, when O.J. Simpson was being chased when he was in the Jeep, and all of these really great moments that are, part of the TV show, which is so much fun. It's so much fun to be a part of.
It's also naughty. Like, it's naughty.
Really
because
naughty.
He's going through puberty, and there's so many naughty puberty moments.
Oh boy, yeah. Yes. And being his mother, you're just sort of rolling with the punches.
Right.
And Ted is sort of this goofball, meathead uncle.
Right.
Who's living with us, or a crazy pet who's just always, barking at the wrong time.
When you're filming it, what is there?
Yeah.
What is?
Great question. Okay.
Like, is someone holding their hand and you're like, you look here? Like, how do they?
When we were, the first table read that we ever had, we were sent home with an actual doll of Ted.
Okay.
The actual life size. And I thought he was a lot taller. He's not. He's probably up to your knees.
Okay.
And so they wanted us to practice the eye line.
Got it.
So when we were on set, Seth had all of these interesting little devices connected to him so that they could record all of his emoting. So he would be directing and saying action in another room in this little, tiny area where everything was being recorded while he was saying his dialogue. Meanwhile, we had this little stand with eyeballs on it that represented
That's where
the
you
doll that
would look.
represented Ted. Yes, and that was our eye line. But every time he would say action and he started, saying Ted's dialogue, it took everything in me to not be
right. So he was directing, but then he went into like a booth or something?
He went into this little booth that was in the other room. So, we'd be sitting there having our, oh, Ted, I'm sorry. Can we do that again? I'm really sorry. That's it. There he is. Oh, Ted, that's, so.
That is true.
Took some getting used to.
That is true. Actually, when that was my next question, is Seth MacFarlane around a lot?
Oh, he's directing every single episode, and he wears so many hats, and he wears them very well.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look, because now I want to watch your eye line when we watch a clip from the show. Now I want to see where they're looking. Take a look.
Oh, your character is so sweet.
Scott Grimes.
He's
just
so
such
good.
A talent. So fun to act with. That was at the Smokehouse. Do you know the Smokehouse?
Yeah.
Classic place.
Remember? Classic place, yeah.
Okay, give advice to how you got that Boston accent.
Oh, boy. Well, Scott is actually from Boston.
Okay.
Seth is from Boston. He was born and raised there.
Right.
And so for me, I had to get a dialect coach.
Really?
And her name is Beth, and she was born and raised in Boston. And I would have her record all of my dialogue on a voice memo on her iPhone, and then she'd text it over to me, and I'd be listening by the time I got there. But it was really hard not to go the Saturday Night Fever route.
Of course.
You wanted to kind of talk like this, but it's very much talk, you know, relaxing the jaw, and it's very technical and very difficult, but I hope
you did it.
Did an okay job.
You did it. You were so good in the show. Thank you so much for joining.
So much for having me.
Such a good explanation about the eyeliner. I love it so much.
You guys are so fun.
Ted, this series is streaming now exclusively on Peacock. Thank you
Thanks,
again.
Alanna.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you
Great
so
to
much.
meet
See you this morning.